Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chapter 11, Exercise Prescription for Cardiorespiratory Fitness. My goals for this lecture are to talk about the dose-response concept in exercise, talk about physical activity guidelines, show you how to determine target heart rate zones, talk about exercise intensity and the relationship between intensity and duration, review briefly supervised and unsupervised programs, and then I want to talk about a couple of important environmental issues if you are prescribing exercise for others. Understand when we begin talking about dose response that the more that we do from an exercise standpoint and from a physical activity standpoint, the more effect that's going to have. So the greatest effect to reduce relative risk of death, you'll see in this graph, has been divided into 5 different sections. And so the least amount has the least effect. But as soon as you move from the lowest one to the second quintile, you'll notice a significant relative risk of disease. And then it begins to plateau. Well, what does this mean? Well, it means that as we continue to exercise, we continue to see benefits, but the slope is a little bit different. It decreases, although there are effects, positive effects, with the more exercise that we do. So if we exceed recommended amounts of exercise and physical activity, we continue to see results. They might just be a little bit smaller relative to what you would have seen if you were, say, here. But now, if you compare it to if you're doing nothing, then you can see that there's a dramatic effect in a reduction of risk of death as we increase our exercise capacity. So the proper dose of an activity is dependent on the desired effect or goals of the individual client. So if you have a health-related goal, that's going to be different than if it's physical fitness related or performance related. The dose of exercise needed for achieving better health differs from that needed to achieve peak performance. So if you've been watching the Olympics, you have some people, some athletes are training 7+ times a week. They're training multiple times during the day. They might be swimming in the morning and doing weights in the afternoon. Where if you're interested in health-related goals, then just going out and walking 30 minutes 5 to 7 days a week, you can achieve measurable health-related goals. So if you look at exercise potency, that's the ability of exercise to bring about a certain result. So in terms of caloric expenditure, running 2 miles has a potency of walking 4 miles. So running 2 miles has the same effect as walking 4 miles when it comes to your overall results. Slope is the degree of the effect that comes from an increase in exercise dose. So some variables occur at different rates than other variables, and I've got a graph of that to help show you. So you have some that will have a rapid change based on the amount of training per week compared to typical changes, which is represented in green, and then slower changes. Let's talk about some specifics.